What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be doing the preview of the Premier League game at the Etihad Stadium between Manchester City and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Before I crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 16k subscribers. We're less than 400 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction of this game. So the Etihad Stadium, 8 PM GMT kickoff time on Tuesday the 2nd of March 2021. It's Manchester City taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. So this game was meant to have been played in a few weeks' time when Manchester City have their FA Cup quarter-final game against Everton away. So this game has now been brought forward. Manchester City obviously playing European football in the Champions League. Fitting in fixtures is very difficult, so this is one of only 2 slots that's been available. The other one is used next midweek against Southampton. So this is the Wolves game that's going first. So we're going to start off first by speaking about our opposition's Wolves. Currently sitting in mid-table, not doing amazingly well if you look at the league table, and I imagine it is a little bit disappointing that they're sitting in the bottom half of the Premier League with the quality that they have. They're unbeaten though in their last 3 games, drew their last game 1-1 away at Newcastle, but they did win their previous 2 in the Premier League in the build-up to that, and I do feel like they are just slowly starting to find their feet. So this is going to be a difficult game for Manchester City, and Wolves, they have a lot of quality players, like I said. I just feel like they're doing not as well as last season, which maybe to be expected, maybe not, depends where you make your stand on that. So Wolves, Adama Traore, he's their big threat for me, in my opinion. He's powerful, he's quick, and he can expose us on the counter-attack. Mikel Antonio did it very well for West Ham. Adama Traore is also very capable of doing that, albeit Mikel Antonio likes to sit up front, and Adama will more than likely be used out on as a wing-back or on the wings, but still can cause City a lot of problems, particularly down Manchester City's left-hand side if Traore does go on the right-hand side, which is what I would expect to happen. But what I will say is that if Wolves want some kind of result here at the Etihad Stadium, they want to draw or they want to pick up a point or even win the game, they're going to need to be clinical. That must happen. West Ham were kind of clinical and still managed to not pick up anything at the Etihad Stadium. So if you're wanting something, if you're creating 2 or 3 opportunities, you're going to need 2 or 3 goals basically if you're wanting to at least pick up a point or maybe even win the game. I think Wolves are more than capable of doing that. They've got other decent players. Defensive midfield, Ruben Neves, a brilliant free kick taker, brilliant on set pieces. He's got a really good long shot on him as well. He's certainly a danger man. Nelson Semedo, he could start. Former Barcelona right back, could go into their defence, likes to get forward again, can cause us problems offensively when Wolves want to go forward. Joao Mourtinho as well in the middle, a really decent player. Johnny as well, Fabio Silva could feature. Lots of Portuguese talent there that could really hurt Manchester City going forward, and they're pretty decent defensively as well. Conor Coady, I'm expecting him to lead the line. They've got Dendoncker too, Patricio in goal. It's a really decent team that, in my opinion, is better than lower mid-table in the Premier League. They've got a decent manager, Nuno Espirito Santo. I think Manchester City will show Wolves a lot of respect, and I think this is going to be a very, very close game, much like the West Ham game. I think City, they're going to do more squad rotation. We're going to need to be grinding hard, working hard. And just like I've said with Wolves, it's the same with Manchester City. We need to put our opportunities into the back of the net. We only had 3 shots on target against West Ham. We found a couple of goals. That was enough for us to just about pick up the 3 points. West Ham had 3 shots on target and got just 1 goal. They ended up hitting the outside of the post and missing a glancing header in the dying stages of the game. These chances, if they go, all of a sudden City end up dropping points. So we must be careful going into this game against Wolves because they're a real threat going forward. They've got a lot of pace, particularly down that right-hand side. Like I said, Semedo and Adama Traore, they're going to look to attack with real venom when going forward. So we must be very careful and very defensively sound, in my opinion. For Manchester City, it's 20 wins in a row in all competitions, looking to extend that now to number 21. Currently sitting in first, looking to extend our lead at the top and looking to move on to 65 points. That would be absolutely brilliant. We're at home. I'm expecting us to take the game to Wolves from minute 1 and look to try and dictate the play. Obviously, Manchester City like to try and take the lead. We haven't been behind in a game since match day 10 in the Premier League, and I think City will try and do more of the same in this game, getting forward, putting our opportunities away. We take the lead, puts Wolves under a lot of pressure. If we take the lead, not sit it off like we did against West Ham, keep pushing, go for that killer 2-goal cushion, that killer second goal, and then open the game up that way. I think City need to be very careful. I do have fond memories, so to speak, from last season and Manchester City going 2-0 ahead at Molineux to end up losing the game, and that was all down to going down to 10 men, and we just ran out of steam. Need to make sure that we're keeping our discipline in this game. We're not going down to 10 men, and we are putting our opportunities into the back of the net. Now, in terms of the squad for Manchester City and injury news, I'm expecting more rotation. Some players that didn't feature in the last game, key first-team players, may come back in. Some players that did feature that aren't first-team players may come out, and some first-team players that did feature in the last game against West Ham again may well have a little rest. We do have the Manchester derby. Let's not pretend that we don't. We have got that at the weekend. It's a very big game, but as far as I'm concerned, we need to be taking it a game at a time, and we need to be beating what is in front of us before we start focusing on the coming games. And so I'm just expecting City to carry on as normal, which is normal squad rotation, preparing for playing Wolves and Wolves alone, and moving on from there. The only player I'm not expecting to see in the City squad is Nathan Ake, who continues his return back to full fitness, which is soon. Not got a date on that as of yet. In terms of my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go for a grinding win for Manchester City. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Manchester City. I'll be very impressed if we keep a clean sheet against this very quick, dynamic attack of Wolves. If we do, that would be great. But I'm going for City to grind it like we did against West Ham. A very similar team, a very similar game. 2-1 to Manchester City. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I've gone for Ederson in goal. I've gone for Cancelo to replace Walker, to have a little bit of a rest. I thought we missed Cancelo against West Ham, and I can't wait for him to come back in to the starting 11. I did go with Stones and Laporte for my last team prediction. We ended up going with Stones and Ruben Diaz in the last game against West Ham. I'm going for Stones and Laporte this time, so Diaz can have his rest, and then it might be a case of Stones, if that does happen, has his rest in the derby or something like that. I'm going for Benjamin Mendy to go at left back to try and compete with Adama Traore. I wouldn't have any problem going with Zinchenko. We could even see Walker start on the right hand side and Cancelo going in at the left hand side. I'm going for Rodri defensive midfield, and I'm going to go for De Bruyne to go into the Gundogan position of the double pivot for Manchester City. Thought we lacked a bit of creativity against West Ham, and I think someone like Bernardo Silva could provide that for us, particularly if we're playing Jesus, who could drop deep as well, which is why I've gone with Raheem Sterling on the right hand side and Phil Foden on the left hand side. There, in my opinion, are our two most dynamic wingers when trying to cut in. I wouldn't rule out Mahrez starting though, because he's in really good form, but I've gone for him for squad rotation, which is what I have already mentioned. So there we go, that is my score and team prediction for this game. I would like to know your score and team prediction in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you are new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free, plenty more football and Manchester City content to come. Don't forget also my social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. So that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.